everybody, welcome to the show. As you can tell from the title, today we're talking about the Formula Drift 2024 season and what's in store for 2025. What a wild season! Last year was the first year in FD history where the top 4 contenders were non-American. Leading the pack, we have James Dean, and not only did he become the first ever 4-time championship winner, but also set a record for most consecutive podiums in a row. Another first would be 14-year-old Hiro Manoa from Japan. He was the youngest person to podium in an FD Pro event, and also the youngest rookie of the year as well. But before we get any further, huge shout out to Formula Drift for putting on such an amazing event. We got all our clips and information from them, so go check them out for past events and watch them live this 2025 season. But that being said, there's a lot to talk about, so let's get into it.
Going into the bank, Shanahan goes high. James Dean not as high as Shanahan was. Oh, and there he goes. We got contact. Here we go.
Even though there was 39 drivers competing last season, we're only going to talk about the top 10. Starting off the list, we have Brandon Sorensen in 10th place. This 20-year-old from Las Vegas drives an LS-powered 2003 BMW M3, pushing 1,100 horsepower. He got his Formula Drift license at age 14, and last year was his 4th year competing in Pro. He made it into the top 16, 7 out of the 8 events, and got his first 3rd place podium in Orlando.
Flips literal, gets into the crease, Brandon Sorensen. Oh, we got a tire fire. We got a back left tire fire. Ryan Literal brings it around.
That's a good one.
Coming in at 9th was Dylan Hughes, the 32-year-old from North Bend, Washington. He is behind the wheel of a 2JZ-powered 2003 BMW E46, making 1,000 horsepower. Hughes has been on the podium in the past 4 seasons, and last season he managed to get in the grade 8 3 times, and made it on the podium with a 3rd place in Englishtown.
Initiation backs that thing in. You hear the beeps like a dump truck into that second outside zone. And look at that. This great composer, good posture there from Matt Field. And you can see Dylan the Dozer Hughes again pierces that smoke into that final outside zone. Matt Field, look at him diving in on the inside. Straight line approach for Matt Field. Here goes, oh boy, what was that? Matt Field, sparks everywhere. Looks like he lost. Something came off. I believe a wheel came off. That's going to be yeah, look at the wheel. Dylan's about to run into it.
A late entry from Ireland, 20-year-old Connor Shanahan placed 8th, driving an 1,100 horsepower 1999 LS swapped E36. Even though it was his rookie year in Formula Drift, Shanahan got on the podium twice, with a 1st place victory in Orlando and a 3rd place in Irwindale. Considering he didn't get any points in Atlanta, he certainly made up for it the following event by working his way out of the seating bracket and making it to the podium, taking 1st place in Orlando.
Across the nose of Shanahan, he dropped in a formation. Look at that, the E36 chasing him down, the Red Bull Garagistic BMW prepped by Roman, his team. Transition now into that second inside clip, wrapping it around the magician Shanahan. Right there on the door. Sorensen pushing him. 36 of the Irish driver, Shanahan. Sorensen chasing him down. Shanahan on the bank. All of Ireland is watching. Oh, and Sorensen giving it back. He's right there. You can smell his tires. Right there. Transition now in the killer crossover. Shanahan around that second inside clip. Sorensen backing down. But Shanahan almost finds the crease. Sorensen bathing in the smoke.
Driving a 1,200 horsepower C6 Corvette, 34-year-old Matt Field from Morgan Hill, California, achieved 7th place. Placing 2nd overall in 2022 and 3rd in 2023, Matt Field is certainly hungry for a championship. He placed in the top 16 or better throughout the season with a 3rd place podium finish in St. Louis.
Again, that vehicle one-time piloted by Ryan Turk. He's making it look good. But Matt Field pulling away from Diego Higa, the beast from the Bay, the 777 now coming into that final outside zone. I know Scarps is cheering him on here in the building, and now Caron really contributed to the sport in his home country of Brazil. And look at that, Diego Higa, he drags bumper on that first outside zone. Coming to that second outside zone, Matt Field gets aggressive. He gets into the side, the backside of Diego Higa, and we talk about the fangs and the evolution. So as Con as much of a party he wants to have, he definitely wants to get this victory. Looking very forceful control into outside zone 4.
With only 2 points ahead of Matt Field overall, Ryan Turk comes in at 6th place. 40-year-old Ryan from Derry, New Hampshire drives a 1,200 horsepower Toyota GR Corolla. Having previously took 3rd place in 2020 and 22 championships, he claimed a 1st place podium finish in round 6 in Seattle and had a pretty consistent season overall.
And yes, he does. He gets definitely close. Doesn't tap his bumper, but that's okay. We're not looking for him to essentially tap out to outside zone 3. That's where we saw the incident earlier. Looks like we got definitely a sterile and clean run right now. Oh, textbook. Shanahan did tap that inside clip, but a good run from both the drivers.
29 years old from Orlando, Florida, and in 5th place overall, we have Adam LZ, driving a 1999 900 horsepower 2JZ swapped BMW E36. LZ got off to a slow start, not being able to get out of the top 32 at the first 2 events, but did manage to end up securing a 3rd place podium spot in round 4 in Englishtown. After destroying his car in round 5 in St. Louis, it was pretty incredible that his team managed to build a whole new car and snag another 3rd place finish in the following event.
Here we go, Adam LZ now out front, send it, Seattle. Here we go, that Drip HQ, BMW E36, Manoa chasing him down, Adam LZ, good angle from him, Manoa hanging with them. Talked about the speed. Look at that angle again. He pours some more on it. This is what he did on that last battle. Now come into that 3rd outside zone. Look at Manoa. Manoa grinding on him into this last outside zone. LZ and Manoa. Toe-to-toe. The crowd erupts here in Seattle.
At only 14 years old from Tokyo, Japan, driving a 1,300 horsepower 2017 Toyota GT86, Hiro Manoa made it into 4th place in his rookie season. After winning the seeding bracket in round 1 at Long Beach, Manoa made his way into the Grade 8 in his first FD Pro event. He was on the podium in 4 out of the 8 rounds, with back-to-back 2nd place finishes in rounds 5 and 6.
Very deep in the outside zone 1. Good proximity by James Dean. Now coming to outside zone 2. There's James Dean. Oh, he looks like he gets that back left tail light. Hiro Manoa in the outside zone 3. Look at that. Absolutely spot on lead run from Hiro Manoa. Going to the last outside zone. Hiro Manoa. James Dean coming in, bringing it across the finish line. What a run by both drivers.
In 3rd place from Norway, 38-year-old Fredrik Osbo, behind the wheel of a 1,000 horsepower 2024 Toyota GR Supra. The former 3-time championship winner managed to secure a 1st place finish in round 2 of Atlanta. In addition to 2nd place podiums in Grantsville and Irwindale, and a 3rd place in St. Louis.
Here we go, let's send it for potentially the final time. Who's gonna get the win, Osbo or Olsen? Osbo out front, Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Super, Nitto tires, massive angle. Olsen now throws it in. Osbo center punching that inside clip, but Olsen not even in the same chat room right now. Going into that 2nd outside zone. Olsen does come up a bit short here. Osbo, again, undefeated against Olsen. Olsen wants to get it back. He's looked up to him. Osbo gives him nothing but respect until right now when it comes down to that top spot.
Driving a 1999 LS swapped Nissan S15 at 1,200 horsepower, 40-year-old Odi Bachis from Lithuania took 2nd place. Coming off a 2nd place finish last season, Odi started off strong, with a 3rd and 4th place victory in the first 2 rounds, and a 2nd in Englishtown, as well as a 1st place victory in Grantsville. If he hadn't had certain setbacks, such as his car catching on fire in Atlanta and having his car damaged beyond repair in Irwindale, Odi definitely had the closest chance of winning the championship.
Here's your popcorn. Send it! Here we go. Fredrik Osbo chasing down Odi Bachis in that 1st outside zone. These are the finals here in Utah. The Type S Elevated. Round 7, and the championship's coming down to Irwindale. Odi Bachis, like you said, perfection. Fredrik Osbo, he brings it in. He's looking tight. That last outside zone. The cars are wound up, and there it is. Odi Bachis once again.
In 1st first place, driving a 2024 1250 horse-powered RTR Mustang, out of Ireland, we have 32-year-old James Dean. Dean was on fire last season, literally and figuratively. His car caught on fire in practice in round 1, giving the RTR team only 2 days to completely rebuild it and get him back into competition, for him to bounce back and claim the victory in Long Beach. With 4 first-place wins and nearly on the podium at every event, James Dean finished round 7 knowing he had secured the championship. But he still gave it his all at Irwindale, and he took home first place.
High on the bank, James Dean tapping the brakes. A little bit of separation there. Let's see if he can reel him in. Yes, sir. There you see him working his way up top, bouncing his way past that transition into that second inside, that inner outside zone. Now look at James Dean. He's tapping some tire, bouncing back and forth. Middle tire 1 and 2. Banging doors, banging fenders.
Holy jeez, that was a lot to unpack. But we can't talk about last year's Formula Drift season without talking about Pro Spec and the top 3 drivers that are making the jump to Pro this year. In 3rd place, out of Shakopee, USA, we have Austin Mata driving a Nissan S14. Then, in a close 2nd place is ConnorO'Sullivan from Knoxville driving a BMW E46. And in 1st place, we have Tommy Lemaire out of Quebec, Canada driving a Nissan S15. With O'Sullivan having a 2-point lead over Lemaire going into the final round in Utah, it really could have turned out either way. Unfortunately for O'Sullivan, he wasn't able to progress out of the 32 bracket, giving Tommy a chance to overtake him in points, making his way to the top 8 and winning the Pro Spec Championship.
Exhaling through this whole run. It's just got to be a sigh of relief.
Heading into the 2025 Pro season, there are some new faces and returning champions. If history has a way of repeating itself, it would not be surprising to see the top 4 in last season, Dean, Odie, Osbo, and Manoa, to be in tight contention for that top spot throughout this season. The first event will be at Long Beach, April 4th and 5th. Watch it live on the Formula Drift YouTube channel and feel free to check back in with us for the recap. Thanks for watching.